um, why is it you can't write? Why can't you keep on topic? Why can't you do your ideas justice? Why can't you follow the ideas or develop the ideas that you have? Hey, we made it to chapter 8. I had to do a quick run to the forums to answer this question. The question for chapter 8 is, how did we get in this predicament? And the predicament is, why is it you can't write? Why can't you keep on topic? Why can't you do your ideas justice? Why can't you follow the ideas or develop the ideas that you have? And the answer is story pattern. I threw out all those things. This is a 20-part book that we're writing together right now. I'm taking your questions. You don't know I'm taking your questions. Maybe I could just say, hey, I could send emails to the people whose questions I've asked in those forums. I've asked and answered. I didn't take their words. I just took the concept, the idea, right? This is stealing from everyone. And so, how do you get out of this? And it's the story pattern. It's really simple. I said I wasn't going to describe the perpetual homework. Perpetual homework is you take the transcript, just like the one that I used to make this book, right? And you can download it, right? You can't sell it. Don't go selling my book. But, in the United States at least, you can download one copy of something. It's kind of confusing the way computer programs work. But basically, you can download one copy. It's for personal use. You're not selling it. And so what you do is you download it, and you just circle the times I say opportunity, evaluation, and assessment, right? Circle opportunity in blue, the evaluation in green, and assessment in red, because that's what we're going for. That's the bullseye. But we don't always go there because of artistic license, right? You don't want characters to solve their problems in the first one. So you can stop when they defeat themselves and they say, oh, poor me, what's my role in this? I'm a terrible person in this aspect. And come on, the story pattern is uplifting, because when you get to what matters most, and what matters most is often linked with what needs to change. That's where you learn. That's how you learn. I remember this morning in the car when I was driving. I get ideas in the car, but I don't turn on the phone and start talking into the phone. That seems too dangerous. Here, it's fine. My peripheral vision is huge, right? The phone's a little screen. In the car, big car, peripheral vision really doesn't help you too much. Keep your eyes on the road. So the idea was that you start off this story, this opportunity, this story arc, and then you go through the assessment part, and it ends at the assessment, right? And then another opportunity comes along, and then later on, you get this idea. Hey, right? This is what matters. This is what needs to change, and there's no introduction. So with the perpetual homework, you would actually go into the parts where I don't say it's opportunity. I don't say it specifically, but you can tell it's a situation, right? Situation that I'm reacting to. And then, eventually with this activity, I'll tell you when you've reached the point where you've reached the breaking off point. Is when you find opportunities, evaluations, and attachments in different size chunks. So you'll find one chunk, it's just a few sentences. Another chunk may go across many paragraphs. And so that's when you're that's when you're starting to master story pattern. That's when you're earning your third level, your 3.5 level. I should make like some badges. Yeah, I gotta make some badges for story pattern levels. I gamify this as like a joke, but it's serious. It's serious. There's different levels, and then there's different ranks too, because I find myself ranking up in some of the earliest parts, like take for instance arc theory. All right, arc theory is misnamed. It's really association theory, because you're making associations. You're in a situation, you make an association, okay, to whatever's going on. You make that association and you think, speak, or act, okay? So that's association theory. That's the beginning and the ending. The beginning is the situation, the ending is whatever association you make. However, connection theory, that fits too. The word connection, you make connections. You see something happening. This is a clean piece of sidewalk. I know it's not as dangerous as the other pieces of sidewalk, right? And so I'm making these connections, so you can call it connection theory. Whatever you want to call it, that's what's going on. And the words change too. I started off using Dwight Swain's disaster. What was the other one? Disaster and reaction. And then I changed reaction to response for a while. Then I'm back to reaction. Okay, so what's an opportunity? It's a situation where you get to make a connection. That's your opportunity. And what connection it is? It's anything. It's a thought. I see the blue sky. I love the blue sky. I take a picture. That's a connection. That's an opportunity, right? That's an opportunity for me to take a picture. And then to talk about sky notes. So that's the opportunity. Why do I do this? It's because personally, I love to take pictures of the sky. I'm an artist. I've got this digital camera. I grew up at a time where if you took a picture, you had to think, is this scene well lit enough to take a picture? Because when I have to, this is on film, and then, I was one of the first people to buy a digital camera. I was teaching play animation. And so I'm just demonstrating right here the sideways storytelling techniques. How many different subjects did I bring up there? And so what you need to do when you're in trouble, you have to lean into that fear, right? You have to lean into that fear, but you have to make connections back to wherever you were, even if you don't remember where you're going. And you just speak your mind, free association, and you'll usually find your way back. And so this is so bad that I look like a liar when you analyze these videos, because I do the examples first, and then I explain what's going on, and then I claim to have been lost, but then I somehow find my way back. Yes. And so this is the predicament. I think we've talked about opportunity. We talked about evaluation. Well, evaluation, I can just this is like the bump it up part, the part that matters most. We're towards the end of this video, and so evaluation, it's the question, how does this affect me personally? And does it go deeper? And how does it affect me deeply personally? And what was the other one? What's my part in this? And so these are things that you'll hear people. This is the other perpetual homework. Listen for people telling you about their job, what their role is, how it affects them personally, and then what matters the most. Do they love what they do? Is it the money? Does it pay the bills? Does it pay the bills enough? Right? What needs to change? I have to get a job on the weekend, and so on. And you hear people do this all the time, and this is the most comfortable way to relay a story. Wow, I have no idea what's coming in chapter 9. I wrote it down somewhere. Well, I may be at the end of my notes. No, I know where we're going. I know where we're going. Friday. You'll be surprised. I was surprised, because I take out the larger set of questions and I go through those questions. And they make you feel like a robot because these questions just guide you into this powerful storytelling dynamic that I couldn't really share. I think I'm turning off people right now. All right. This has been fun. See you for chapter 9 on Wednesday. Later.